In any disaster or survival scenario, securing a safe and reliable water supply is super important. And many of us are now in that dreaded season of the year that we don't like to even think about, tourist season. No, really, it's hurricane season, which happens to coincide with tourist season, but I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Knowing how to store your emergency water and how to treat any water becomes even more important for those of us living in this environment. Because even if a small storm becomes named this summer, the tourists will wipe out any water on the shelves. But even for those of you who aren't in hurricane or tourist territory, understanding storage and purification options is important for any emergency or disaster. So here's a comprehensive guide to ensure you and your loved ones are prepared. Storing water. Start by maintaining a supply of bottled water or storing water in clean, food-grade containers. And it's crucial to rotate this water every 6 months to prevent stagnation. Use and replace it periodically. Aim for at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for a minimum of 3 days to start. For more extended emergencies, stock a 10 to 14 day supply. I use empty half-gallon water and juice containers to store additional water in. And this is also the time of year that I place my water bobs in the bathroom near the tubs so I know exactly where they are if I need them. With unpredictable storms, disasters, and other emergencies, sometimes you only have a few hours to prepare. Not having to hunt for items gives you more time to focus on preparation. Water purification tablets. These water purification tablets are a must-have. Stock up on them, especially when they're on sale, because they're compact, they're easy to store, and they're effective in quickly disinfecting water. Include some in your bug-out bags for emergencies. I also keep a few in my get-home bag as well. Please note that these tablets are effective against bacteria and viruses, but they may not remove chemicals or heavy metals. Water filters. Invest in high-quality portable water filters that are capable of removing bacteria, protozoa, and viruses from untreated water. Choose filters with a pore size of 0.2 microns or less for maximum effectiveness. These filters are more robust than those standard refrigerator filters. They ensure safe drinking water regardless of the conditions. And I'd also suggest a standing filter system like a Berkey. This allows you to filter larger quantities of water and saves your portable water filters for times when you are away from home. Boiling water. Boiling water for at least 1 minute or 3 minutes at higher altitudes kills bacteria, viruses, and protozoa. I believe in being thorough, so I do let my water boil for at least 10 minutes. And then once it's cooled down, I aerate it by pouring it back and forth between 2 containers. This removes some of that flat taste that boiling leaves behind. However, boiling does not remove chemical contaminants like rust particles, chlorine, fluoride, and other chemicals. Additional purification steps are necessary to address those issues. Solar disinfection or sodas. Solar disinfection is a straightforward method. Place water from a relatively clean source in clear plastic bottles and expose it to direct sunlight for at least 6 hours, or 2 days if it's cloudy. Remember, the plastic bottles must be clear for this to work well. This method effectively kills bacteria and viruses, but it's less effective in cloudy conditions and it doesn't remove chemical contaminants. Using pool water. Water from swimming pools can be used in emergencies, but it should be purified to remove chlorine and other chemicals. Solar disinfection and other methods mentioned are less effective for this purpose. Consider using additional purification steps, including activated carbon filters, to remove these chemicals. and I have a video on the steps required to truly make pool water safe for drinking, and I'll link it in the description. Ice and snow. In colder climates, you can collect ice or snow and then melt it and boil it to ensure it's safe to drink. Ensure the source is clean to avoid contamination. Don't just consume the ice and snow where you find it. Ice, in particular, tends to form on the edges of roofs, and that means it's run down through tar or whatever substance is on the roof and picked up many potentially harmful chemicals on its way to form that pretty icicle. DIY filtration. You can create a simple filtration system using layers of cloth, sand, and gravel. Coffee filters can also help make this work. This method removes larger particles from the water, but additional steps are needed to eliminate bacteria and viruses. Follow this with methods like the boiling or chemical treatment to ensure safety. Chemical disinfection with bleach. Household bleach can disinfect water. You add 8 drops of unscented bleach that's 5 to 6% sodium hypochlorite per gallon of water. Stir and let it sit for 30 minutes. Do not purchase or use any scented or other fancy type of bleach for this process. You want plain bleach. And the water should have a slight chlorine smell. If not, repeat the dosage. But bleach degrades over time, losing about 20% potency per year, so ensure your bleach supply is relatively fresh. Alternatively, you can purchase a bleach product in powder form that's designed to treat pool water. A 1-pound bag of pool shock or calcium hypochlorite granules can treat 10,000 gallons of water and costs about $10. Many people have mentioned the suggestion in comments on my channel, so I went to find out more about the process. Per the manufacturer's website, first you must create chlorine water with the product. Dissolve 1 heaping teaspoon of the granules into 2 gallons of water, or a half a heaping teaspoon into 1 gallon of water. Once it's dissolved, add this now liquid chlorine mixture in a ratio of 1 part solution to each 100 parts to be treated. Well, that's kind of confusing. So this works out to using 2 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon of solution for every gallon. Aerate the mixture to aid in removing any strong bleach odor. Local water sources. Identify local water sources like rivers, streams, and lakes. Always purify this water before you drink it. Flowing water is generally safer than stagnant water, but purification is still necessary. One of the biggest misconceptions I still hear is people believe drinking running water is somehow safe. Boiling is one of the simplest and most effective methods for treating this water. UV water purifiers. Handheld UV devices can neutralize harmful microorganisms in water. It's advisable to use a UV purifier in conjunction with other methods like boiling to ensure maximum safety. UV purifiers are effective against bacteria, virus, and protozoa, but do not remove chemical contaminants. Distillation. Distillation involves boiling water and collecting the condensed vapor, effectively removing pathogens, salts, and most chemicals. This method is very effective, but it can be time-consuming and energy-intensive. Simple distillation setups can be created without complex equipment, making it a valuable method for thorough purification. One example of a simple distillation is a solar still. By following these guidelines, you can ensure a safe and sufficient water supply during emergencies, protecting yourself and your family from waterborne diseases and contaminants. And if you live in areas like I do that you know have seasonal dangers, stock up on extra water now. Once the season is over, you can begin using it for cooking, drinking, and other things so that you can rotate through the water. And always stay informed and prepared with the latest tools and technologies for water purification.